All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to get all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua, Bahasham, Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Spreading this gospel and sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. And hey, we got another one, man. Another train has derailed over here in the U.S., man. And if people still think this is coincidence, man, hey, you just as ignorant as you want to be. You know what I'm saying? This is not the time to be ignorant. This is the time to know what the truth is, know what's going on in the world, know what's going on around you, and know what the agenda is of these super ultra rich, these elites. You know what I'm saying? And what they have planned for you simple ass people out here, man. This is why all these, they declare 2023 the year of the Polycrisis. You're gonna have a lot of different, small crises and different events, going on around the United States, man. You know what I'm saying? And they're basically trying to shape this place, and destroy certain things and certain just certain environmentals like water and water supply. They're basically trying to destroy things to have it where the people will have to rely on them for certain things that they need, like food and clean water and things like that. This is why Bill Gates is buying up all the farmland, as well as other super rich Edomites, so-called white people. This is what's going on, man. So if you not in the know, if you don't know what's going on, I suggest you find out real quick, man, because, hey, this is not going to last too much longer. They already have a 2030 agenda to have everybody, in this system, everybody with an implant in them by 2030. So we can expect to have a lot of different crises, Right now they're talking about polycrisis, but we're going to have, it's going to be some major events that's going to happen before the year 2030 that's going to really shape America or the United States in a different way, man. It's gonna have this place going in a completely different direction, man. Then you got the whole the dollar's failing. And then you got all these other nations that's dumping the dollar, and they working with each other. They getting in alliance with each other and working with each other against America. And the dollar is just quickly going down the toilet, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is why they're trying to speed up and bring in this whole digital system, man, because they know that the dollar is over with. So all this goes together, all this ties together, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just, this is what they plan is, man, just to cause confusion, destruction, and have it where people don't really know what's going on, so that the people will have to rely on them for everything, Clean water. You want clean water that you can drink, you're going to have to rely on them. You want food and things like that, you're going to have to rely on them because they buying up all the farmland, killing the animals off, getting rid of the farmers, getting rid of, like they killed that the owner of Cash Out, getting rid of people like him because he in the way of their digital system, So, hey, it's all going one way, man. So if you don't know what's going on, hey, I suggest you get in the know, But let me read this article. It says, at least 11 cars in a Norfolk Southern train derailed in Jasper, Alabama on late Saturday, spilling diesel fuel and engine oil off the tracks, which is a waste of diesel, man. It's already a shortage on diesel fuel, and this is just further, this is just furthering it, of people not being able to, get fuel and things like that, man. So everything is going left over here in the States, and this is just a few things, man, but it's a lot of different things going on simultaneously, man, which is causing this place to fall fast. And it says, according to Fox News, authorities transported at least 2 crew members to a nearby hospital following the crash, but both have since been released. Norfolk says there is no hazmat threat from the derailed cars, and its cleanup teams are currently working in the area. And it says, according to Norfolk Southern, the train crew was briefly trapped in the engine room because the engine tilted over. There were no major injuries, but RPS was called to the scene to evaluate the crew and transported 2 crew members to a precaution, Jasper police wrote in a statement. And it says, Jasper Fire called all personnel in to assist the crew in getting out of the train and managing the scene, along with Jasper Police, Norfolk Southern, and Walker County EMA are remaining on the scene to return the track to service, the statement continued. But it spilled, what it say it spilled? It's spilling diesel fuel and engine oil, off the tracks. Whether this ended up in some water or not, it's still a lot of different polycrisis and things like that that's going on, which this is what they deem this year to be. So this is why you have all these derailments all of a sudden. Why all of a sudden it's all these different trains flying off the fucking tracks, First you had that one that made major headlines, and all of a sudden now you got all these different trains that's derailing. Then you got factories, major food factories are getting burned down. So this is what they're aiming to do, man. They're getting rid of all these different means of transportation. Getting rid of all the food, cause they're purposely causing food shortages. Poisoning the water supply, taking control of all the farmland. Killing off animals. Telling people they can't grow their own gardens. Telling farmers they can't, plant crops and things like that unless they use a certain type of soil. I think it's like Ready Roundup or some shit like that. And this digital system is what's coming, and that's what's gonna put more. That's what's gonna put people in more slavery, man, than they already are. They're gonna get more control from this digital system, man. They're really gonna get ultimate control over you once they get you in this system, and then they put a tracking device in you, which is the RFID chip. Which Revelation talks about to be the mark of the beast, man. It's really it's getting to that point. They're this whole thing is circulating around that, because that's the end all be all. That's what it's really getting to, and these people can't seem to get that or understand it or know that this is what's coming, man. But hey, it's right around the corner. If you had the eyes to see it, you can see it. But most of these people out here, they not gonna get it until it's right at their doorstep, and then they're gonna be stuck, which is not a place where you want to be. You want to see it far off. You want to see it coming. Being a watchman on the tower, you want to see the enemy far off before they even get to you, so that you can alert people and let them know what's going on, so that you can take defense. But if you don't see them until they right up on you, what can you do? And that's gonna be a lot of these people out here. That's gonna be the reality of these people out here, man. They're not gonna understand or know anything until it's right in their face, and by then it's already gonna be too late. So they it says 2023. It says Polycrisis was the word of the year 2022 in the Collins Dictionary. The World Economic Forum in Davos were the ultra wealthy, these elites, these super rich Edomites, these devils. It says, in their acolytes gather to pontificate, declared 2023 the year of the Polycrisis. They declared 2023 the year of the Polycrisis, which means it's going to be a lot of different things like this. It's going to be a lot of different things like this. Trains derailing, factories and things like that getting burned down. Just weird, out of the ordinary stuff that's not really weird and out of the ordinary if you understand what's going on and what's happening. But, to these people, I guess you would call it a coincidence or what do they call it? A theory, But hey, that's all gonna get out the window, man. That's all these people, what these people believe to be theories and shit like that. All that shit gonna go out to the window when they see that this is actually what's happening in their world and in their country. That they put so much trust and love in. you know. But yeah, man, hey, we can expect a lot more things like this to happen. And like I said, man, you know, they got this whole 2030 agenda, and they want to have this country. They want to have America, United States of America. They want to have this place look completely different by 2030. So we can expect a lot of different crises to happen before that time, man. You know, and 2023 is the year of the Polycrisis, which means small crises spread out, you know, around the U.S. But it's going to be in the coming years, you know, it's going to be major events that's going to take place. That's going to send shock waves through everybody, you know. And those are the times that the scriptures talk about, you know, to be Jacob's trouble and the great tribulation and things like that. So we have to be built up and be ready for these things to take place, man, you know. So, hey, you know, this go for me first and foremost. Do all you can, you know, do all you can to get favor from and to get protection and grace, you know, from the Father, man. You know, to get favor from Him from these times that's coming up, man, because these times are going to be very hard, man. You know, and we're going to have to stay strong in the faith and things like that to endure these things that's going to happen, man, because we see these things on the news, you know, we read articles about it, but when it happened, like, you know, in your neighborhood, it's a completely different story and it's a completely different feeling, man. You know, when you actually face with it instead of reading about it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, with that being said, man, I'm gonna go ahead and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole full of Shalom.